news time at 9, it's Harry Castles.
Downtown Radio News at 9, Harry Castles. Good morning. Coastguards and lifeboatmen from both sides of the Irish Sea have averted what could have been a major yacht racing tragedy. As Colin Adams reports from Scotland, 4 Donaghadee men had a lucky escape when they were plucked to safety from rocks off the Wigtonshire coast.
The yacht Marula from Donaghadee in Northern Ireland was towing another in thick fog and driving rain when she ran into trouble about 2 miles from Portpatrick Harbour. The crew, realising she was about to run onto rocks, put out a mayday signal calling for help. As the yacht ran aground, the crewmen found they were able to leap ashore, but it was only then they discovered their troubles weren't over. They were trapped at the base of towering cliffs with no apparent way out. Coast Guard rescue teams were already on their way, but in foul weather it took the local knowledge of 3 lighthouse keepers who joined the search to locate the stranded yachtsmen. After a 6-hour ordeal and a difficult rescue operation, all 4 have now been winched to safety.
Another Ulster yacht, the Tormentor, which was carrying 8 local people, ran aground at Kearney Point on Strangford Lough. A coastguard at Ramsey in the Isle of Man picked up their mayday signal and alerted the Donaghadee lifeboat, which dashed to the rescue. The lifeboat men located the yacht after an hour and a half and towed it to safety. It was taking part in a race from Strangford Lough to Portpatrick. A pedestrian's been killed on the Ballymoney Road near Ballymena. The man, described as between 18 and 22 years old, died instantly when he was struck by a car just after midnight. He hasn't yet been identified, and police are appealing for anyone who can help to contact them. The victim's described as 5 feet 7 inches tall, with grey hair and brown eyes. The word Dad is tattooed on his right arm, while on the left arm there are tattoos of a key and the initials JC. Anyone who may be able to identify the young man should phone police at Ballymena 42233. A 23-year-old Belfast woman's due in court later this morning, charged with killing 2 soldiers outside Andersonstown RUC station 4 months ago. She's also expected to face charges relating to last month's provisional Sinn Féin rally at Casement Park. The soldiers, troopers Anthony Dykes and Anthony Thornett, were shot dead in an ambush mounted from a hairdresser's shop opposite the police station. UEFA Cup soccer bosses are expected to give their verdict later this morning on where Linfield will be able to play the second leg of their trouble-plagued European Cup tie against Dundalk. The European soccer chiefs have banned Windsor Park as a venue for Linfield's next 2 European games, ruling that the Dundalk game, scheduled for next Wednesday, must be played in a neutral country at a later date. Ivan Little reports.
The obvious alternative for Linfield would be to play the match in England or Scotland, but as yet the club don't know if that's on. UEFA spokesman René Abelair told me yesterday from Switzerland that his organising committee would pass judgment around noon today on whether the British mainland constitutes a neutral country for an Ulster club. If they say no, the game would have to go to the continent, and that would spell financial problems for Linfield, who've been told that they'll have to foot the bill for any extra expenses that Dundalk incur in going outside Ireland. But it's understood Linfield officials, who meet just after midday, are determined that the game will go on no matter where it has to be played. Meanwhile in Dundalk there's been relief at their punishment, a fine of about £1,000 for not providing sufficient security. Ivan Little, Downtown Radio News.
A golf pro-am scheduled for today at the Cliftonville club in North Belfast is going ahead despite last night's abortive bomb attack. 2 gunmen planted a bomb in the club entrance hall last night about 9:30. Shortly after members got clear of the building, 2 small blasts were heard, but they're thought to have been detonators. Army explosives experts took the device outside and defused it early this morning. The bombers escaped in a car which had been hijacked earlier in the Falls Road area. The Republic could be on the verge of an oil boom. BP have confirmed that they've struck substantial reserves off the Galway coast. They're described as the best definite sign so far that the Republic could join the exclusive club of oil-producing nations. Although the oil is of good quality, it's 1,200 feet below the Atlantic, and so far no one's prepared to say how profitable it would be to bring up the supplies. Most of the North Sea wells are less than 1,000 feet below the sea. Downtown Radio News, next news at 10 o'clock.
Thanks, Harry. It's 4.5 minutes past 9, and a look at today's weather forecast on Saturday the 1st of September. It's a cloudy day forecast with occasional rain, some of which may be very heavy, and some heavy drizzle on hills. There'll also be sunny periods today, and the fog in the afternoon should disperse. Temperatures will reach 19 degrees, and winds, which are presently light to moderate force 3 to 4 southeasterly, will veer southwesterly fairly early on today. And we have a warning of flooding on roads this morning if you're out and about. There has been some very heavy rain over the last few hours, and some flooding on roads, so be careful there. And also fog at Sandy Nose roundabout. I don't know whether there's still fog there, but we had a warning earlier on of fog there, so the best advice to you is to drive safely no matter where you are.